Greetings, Panther educators. I'm here with a new and improved video on Schoology Edpuzzle integration. If you haven't used Edpuzzle before or haven't used it in a while, I recommend you first come to Edpuzzle before starting this whole process and logging in. That's going to do two things. It's going to force Schoology to show your content in the steps I'm about to show you. It will also, if you haven't ever done so, upgrade you to the Schuylkill Valley license automatically. We have a paid subscription, which gives us a lot of nice features. So click login. I'm a teacher or impersonating one. Sign in with Google, select your account, and then it'll bring you to your content page. Okay. My content right here. So these are all the videos I've created or, made copies of and added to my content window. You don't have to keep this open when you are doing the Schoology distribution that I'm going to show you. It's helpful if you log in up front, and I'll show you why in just a second. Okay, so now with the Schoology integration in the Add Materials button, in addition to all the regular options over here, we have the Edpuzzle app right here, and that integration offers us some really time-saving features, which I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to come into 90s grunge. I don't have a lot of content in here. I'm going to click Add Materials, come over to Edpuzzle, select that, and it will default to my content. This is why I said in the previous step, sign in first. If you have content in your library that you want to use, or you need to find content, you can either get the URL from a colleague if they're sharing a video with you and search that here, or you can click add new content and then it'll bring you to Edpuzzle. You can search for whatever it is you'd like and add it, and then it will show up in your window here. So I already have the video I want to use. Daylight savings time, how is this still a thing? This is something I used for professional development years ago, and I click it and it brings up this, and you'll have the option through every one of these steps here at the Edpuzzle pop-up window to open it in Edpuzzle, where you can edit your video settings, edit your questions, whatever you'd like to do, add additional questions. You can preview it here. You can go out to YouTube to watch it. Click next. Do your skipping and closed captions options according to what you prefer. And then we're going to click assign. All right. And it'll drop it right in the 90s grunge folder that I previously opened in Schoology. But we're not done yet. Wait, there's more. All right. So right now, if students click on this, they can do the Edpuzzle, but you're still going to have to go into Edpuzzle and then manually transfer grades. So once it has been added to Schoology, you're not done yet. Come over to the settings gear and click edit. And this is going to bring up your Edpuzzle external tool dialog box. And this button is really, really important. I wish it did this by default. I wish Schoology did this by default, but it doesn't. So you have to add the video first, then click edit, come over to enable grading and click that. And you'll notice you now get these grading options. And this is going to do two things. It's going to add a column to the gradebook, and it is going to automatically score student responses and add them to that column in the gradebook. So if you have an Edpuzzle with only objective answers, like matching true, false, multiple choice, it will automatically grade those and then put the grade in Schoology Gradebook, which will sync to Sapphire and you never have to touch it, which is awesome. So while it's maybe a little bit annoying to do this and then this and then this, I think it's worth it. So I'm going to change this to 10 points. You have to pick a category. You can pick ungraded. That is technically a category. I have 2 sections in this course, so I could select different due dates for each course. I'm not going to bother to do that. And I'm going to click Save Changes. Now, this does 2 things for me. Like I said, it's going to add a column. Wrong click. I'm going to add a column in the gradebook. Right here it is, daylight savings time. And then when students complete the activity in Edpuzzle, it will populate their grades here as long as there's nothing I have to manually grade. Let's say, for argument's sake, that you have a couple short answer or fill in the blank questions. The way it's going to work is you're going to come in here to Schoology. You never have to open Edpuzzle again, which is why this integration is so nice. You click the assignment here, and it's going to bring up your class roster, right? This is my Bluebirds roster, and this is my testing class roster. And oh, they're the same. All right. So, and I just click on the student's name, and I can see all these statistics right here in Schoology, how much of the video they watched, what their grade was, if they're finished, the last time they watched, and when they turned it in. And if I need to manually grade anything, I click the student's name and it brings me to this screen, and I can manually, I'll have a green check mark for correct and a red X for wrong. And I just quickly click through, and then it will update the scores, and I can click to the next student and just go through all of my students like that. Okay. So that is the Schoology Edpuzzle integration. If you have any questions, let me know.